we got engaged this week. You want to hear about it?
Is it going?
Okay, so Haley came back from the Dominican Republic on a missions trip this last week, and I picked her up on Tuesday night at like midnight at the airport. And then on Thursday, we planned a date to Columbus to go pick up some pottery that we did about a month ago for my birthday. Haley took me to make pottery. So we had a perfect excuse to go to Columbus and pick up pottery, and she wouldn't suspect anything suspicious. And then once these details started to fall into place, I decided to take her to the Garden of Roses in Columbus, where we went about a month ago. And I said, hey, we should see if the roses have blossomed yet, which they hadn't, because I scoped it out a couple days prior, but it was a good reason to get her there. And then probably, 10 minutes beforehand, we packed lunches to take to the garden, and we're driving there, and about 10 minutes prior, I was like, checked my phone, and I had a text from a friend, Ryan Gustafson, saying there's literally a wedding going on in the spot that we picked. You need to stall. And so I tried to calmly look at Haley, and I was like, hey, so I don't know if we packed enough food. Maybe we should go to Kroger and we can get more food to buy, because I'm really hungry, which wasn't true because I was actually super nervous. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And so we drive. We changed the GPS now to Kroger, and about 5 to 10 more minutes down the road, I get a text saying, hey, the wedding's over, everything's set up, it's gonna be okay, come, you can come now. So then I was just like, hey, just kidding, I'm actually I'm really hungry, I'd rather eat what we packed now. By the time we get to Kroger and then get back to the park, that'll be so long, I just wanna eat, we can get more food later. And she was like, yeah, okay, that's good. And I was like, whew, because I was really worried she'd be like, why are you all indecisive? So then we're at the park, and we get out of the car, and we're sitting down on a bench, and we start eating, and I pick up my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and my hand was just shaking. And I just looked at her, and I was like, I haven't eaten in a long time. I must just be really hungry. And she was concerned for me and was like, yeah, that's not good. We should start eating. So then we ate our food, and I escaped that small hint. And once we finished, we started walking towards the gazebo area that I'd scouted out and had planned to propose to her.
And so James was talking about how great the past year has been, but at this point, I was going to be going home in a few days. So I thought he was just casually reminiscing on how great the past year has been. And then he kind of paused for a second, and so I thought he was still talking. So of course I felt the need to tell him about this video I had watched the day before about a transgender couple. So I was going on and on and on about how they had children together and how the husband had to go back to being a woman so that he could birth their children and all this ridiculous stuff. And James, of course, was freaking out because we're getting closer and closer to the point where he was going to propose to me. And so he very smoothly and kindly was like, is it okay if I talk for a second? And he said it so nicely, I was like, oh, sure. And so we turned down this path, and all of a sudden he just got really nervous. And I kind of had this thought in my head, is he going to propose or something? What's going on? Why is he all of a sudden acting like this? But then, since I knew he wasn't planning, or I thought he wasn't planning to propose until the fall, I was like, no, he's not going to propose. He must just be trying to make it really special since I'm going home soon and we won't see each other over the summer. And so we're walking down the path, and we're getting closer to this really pretty white gazebo. And he was talking about how great the past year has been and all these things that he loves and appreciates about me, and different things that have reaffirmed him that he wants to marry me. And as we got closer, there were all these pretty red rose petals on the ground, and I was like, oh, look at the pretty rose petals. And of course I did not assume they were for me because I was oblivious. And then we got in the gazebo, and there were 4 red roses sitting on a bench there. And he picked them up and gave them to me. And I was like, where'd you get these? What are these from? Whose are these? Are you taking someone's flowers? And I was super confused. And then he just kind of like ignored that question and kept talking about his little intro to the proposal. And then he kind of fumbled to get out the ring a little bit, because I now know it was because he had forgotten to unzip his pocket so that he was ready to get it out. And then he got it out and got down on one knee, and I was completely shocked. And obviously I said yes, because I got the ring on the finger. And then we had our little moment, and it was awesome and perfect because it was quiet, there weren't many people around, it was really private, and it was super pretty, and we were just enjoying it, and I was in complete shock. And then James said, "Hey Gus, how about you come on out?" which was our friend Ryan Gustafson. He came out and take more pictures of us. And then Gus left, and we went and just walked around the garden for a while, which was really fun, just enjoying each other and talking about like how much we appreciate each other and all the things that we love about each other. And it was really sweet and just nice to have like good quality time after such a special moment.
So then after the park, I'd planned to go to the Columbus Zoo where we could just hang out for the afternoon, just us, and not tell people yet, and just relax and enjoy it before things got crazy. Went to the zoo for like 3 hours, and then followed that up by going on a Segway tour through the city of Columbus for 2 hours, which was super fun, and like a nice way to like end the day. And then in order to get back to Cedarville, to like get to bed and stuff, we grabbed Chick-fil-A on the road and called our parents in the car on the way back to Columbus to tell them. So it was a great day, start to finish. And in the beginning, the 2 guys in my house who knew that I was planning this and it was going to happen got up and made some sort of deal with Haley about like Haley would pick out what the one guy wore for the day while he had to like run errands, aka take pictures, and then he got to pick out what she wore. So then I got home and Haley was like, "Hey, like, is this fine to wear?" And I was like, "Oh, if they picked it out, then yeah, because they know what's going to happen today." And so she didn't suspect anything. And I had her, like, I told her I wanted her to like wear a dress and look nice and maybe curl her hair or do something special, since it might be like our last big date before she went home for the summer. So
It was awesome. It was perfect. Guys, take note, because he did a great job. I was totally surprised. And it was like perfect setting. I didn't look like crap for all the pictures because he had me dress up and curl my hair. So it was really great. And now we're engaged.
we're getting married
Yeah.
next summer.